Hey, what up? I'm Parks Bonifays. I'm here to talk about some of the features of my 2012 Parks boot. There's two main things that I want in a boot. It's a boot that has a lot of flexibility and a boot that has a lot of stability. And through the features of this Parks boot, I feel we get that. Having a perforated liner and having a lot of mesh on the boot will allow you to have a lot of side-to-side mobility and a more of a softer feel. But the way a typical Ronix boot's made, having the feet belt pull your heel into the heel of the boot, and just the overall chassis of the way the boot's made, you're going to have all the stability you need in the soft boot. So I think you get best of both worlds with this one. So if you look at the bottom of a Ronix boot, there's two things that we got going on. We got this rad foam, which is really awesome dampening. It allows your foot to not really get heel bruises or anything like that. Another thing is we got double stuff. If you notice that when you stand, if you widen your feet and you stood, you're going to be on the inside of your feet. So we actually pour double foam towards the inside of the boot as your foot sits in the boot like this. So you have more padding towards the inside, giving you more stability. One of the big questions with Ronix boots that I get asked a lot is like, why don't my feet cramp when they're in a Ronix boot? And it's crazy because for years your feet would always cramp in a boot. And the reason why is because we use a last to actually design the way the boot fits around your foot. It's literally mocked to a replica of the way a real foot is. So we can apply a little bit of pressure all over the foot instead of ratcheting down or buckling down really hard in a few spots. So what that does, it allows the blood to circulate through your foot, not go cramp, and it just allows a more comfortable feel all in all. Another key feature with Ronix boots in 2012 is this ripstop material that we have underneath the tongue. As you tighten down your boots, these laces will slowly, over time, start to rub on it. And after being in the water and sun, in the past, they could typically start to tear, but not with this new ripstop material, so this thing's pretty much invincible. One of my favorite parts about how we make Ronix boots is they're all PVC free. So trying to, in this day of 2012, trying to be green and go eco-friendly, this is the way to do it if you keep it PVC free, like we do with Ronix boots. Well off to the start of the right foot or left foot. So the new features with Ronix boots this year is this ripstop tongue we got. So along with my boot being the most mobile boot in the Ronix line, it's also the lightest boot, probably the lightest high-end boot in the industry. And some of the key things that we do to get that is we put an extra mesh on the side instead of having leather. We use perforated liners, a baseless plate, and also we don't use any glue or stitching on the side of the boot. It actually is all heat pressed on the side. We wanted to do two things with this boot. We wanted to have it really mobile but still not sacrificing any structural kind of support that you're going to get, and also we wanted to make this boot really light. So with the features that I just told you, the mesh, the baseless plate, perforated liners, everything together, that's what makes this boot really light. I want to thank y'all for coming out, checking out my 2012 Ronix product. Check out the Betty B hats coming in hot this year. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.